afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, September 12th, 2021, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. I remind myself every morning, nothing I say this day will teach me anything, so if I'm going to learn, I must do it by listening. Larry King. Ask yourself if you've ever had to make a challenging decision that you just didn't know the answer to right away. Like, have you ever questioned yourself, trying to evaluate your morals, values, belief system, and say to yourself, is this the right decision or the wrong decision for me to make? Many of us are caught up in believing that if we can make the right decisions, stay on the good path and off the bad, we will be rewarded in some way. And this may be true to some degree, yet in the grand infinite journey of this life, our souls are interested in something much more intriguing. Perhaps asking if a decision is right or wrong is the smaller question at hand. And we have a much bigger life question awaiting us in the background, such as, what do I really honestly want to do with my life? Often when we get in touch with our life purpose and daily mission, we step into feeling the real priority of why our souls are here, and then can move forward from the feeling and make our life's decisions in this more grounded, centered, spiritually connected way. Enlightenment begins the moment when you are not and God is. It is a moment of absolute harmony. A window opens, you can see the whole sky. You are no more confined within the walls of your body and mind. A lightning happens, and all darkness disappears. Okay. Life is easy living from our spiritual nature because it understands the bigger spiritual picture behind everything. It sees how every decision is simply a decision to become more connected to our hearts, souls, and higher consciousness. This choice is available within every small decision we make every day. We can always ask, am I coming from love or from fear? Am I coming from love or am I coming from fear? Am I coming from expansion or contraction? The choice is always going to be here, now. Our souls, spirits, or higher selves instantly knows that it is always connected with the one infinite divinity that is the source of all creation. Divinity knows we are all always already home. It is connected to a consciousness that is much more evolved than anything found in the greedy, rat-racing world. Our higher self doesn't worry about right and wrong at all. It knows that life is an amazing, adventurous game to play, and the goal is spread as much love and joy as possible because we are constantly realizing the blissful spiritual reality is our innermost nature. The more advanced souls can see this and understand that living from this connection is the real goal and the ultimate perpetual decision to be made in each moment of this lifetime. To see the true spiritual reality is the real rather than the false, finite physical simulation. Any other goal in this life is an egoic distraction. The media we pay so much attention to has missed this. For decades, the mass media has been successfully hypnotizing everyone to believe in what they believe is the truth. this product will make you feel better. This idea will make you richer. Or this mask will keep you safe from dying of a deadly virus. Once you realize this bigger truth, only then are you free. The truth is the only thing worth putting our precious life energy into. Everything comes a moment when the matrix, the illusion, is so obviously full of fear and manipulation that it doesn't suck you in at all. You maintain your center as a watcher, observing their desperate ways. The powerful manipulative force of the authority exemplifies a hard plastic connection to this life. Its over-masculinated righteous power, control, and domination actually makes it easier to remain distant so you may relax deeper into your own connection with the greater spiritual reality. Before God, we are all equally wise and equally foolish. Albert Einstein. As a small child growing up in the 70s, it was considered to eat out at the newest fast food restaurants. Considered a treat, right? You remember back in the 70s when, fast food was, that was the thing. And it was a treat to go out at the newest fast food restaurants or eat pizza, burgers, whatever. And you kind of, when you do that, you kind of feel, heavily pressured to quickly decide what it was for you to order when it was your turn. And the moment that you are at the counter, your parents begin prodding you and what you wanted to eat. What are you going to get? What are you going to get? Order. Come on, order. What are you going to get? So you have to make up your mind, or you're not going to eat anything for lunch that day. So this little decision creates such a deep emotional turmoil in your being and literally stuck with you for years because you remember those things. You get hurried. There's someone sitting there hurrying and, come on, get order. What do you want? And then looking back, you can understand why it was so hard to make a decision, because your soul was in charge of your body and it didn't want to eat any fast food, fried fast food, on their unhealthy menu. There's a deep misguidance within all of us that says to not trust your innermost nature. That's what it says. This is a deep misguidance within all of us that says do not trust your innermost nature. It says follow the crowd. Don't make things difficult for others, and don't follow your own truth. The misguided truth says that this path is right, and that path is wrong. There is no wrong path on an infinite journey, because all roads eventually lead to the exact same place. The fear behind right and wrong choices is social habits handed down from our parents, their parents, siblings, friends, media, and the great societal mass unconsciousness. The self-mistrust is deeply embedded in our own thinking patterns. We have developed this internalized pressure to always do, say, and think the right thing. So this pressure has caused us to forget the most important spiritual destination of our lives. The societal tension has created such a deep disconnection with our own hearts and souls that we don't know what we want or don't want. We cannot feel the essence of our heart and soul, and instead we feel an absence of our spiritual path. We constantly feel that we are perpetually hankering or yearning for something we are missing from the outside. There are so many decisions and choices to be made every day that we forget the greatest and most obvious one, that is to be vulnerable with this life so we can feel our delicate souls in the here and in the now. It is difficult to experience moments of happiness if we are not aware of what it is we genuinely love. Sarah Van Brethman. What we all are searching for is an unlimited, unending connection with a real feeling of universal love. The truth is that all moments in this life, good or bad, contain the possibility of finding this love within. The real goal of every soul is to live in this love by realizing that it is connected to this infinite source of love. What the mind has forgotten is that every situation and decision, right or wrong, has the potential to lead us into the self-realized and God-realized space. And from this place, there is no worry, stress, or fear about doing the right or wrong thing from this state of being. You cannot make a wrong decision. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. George Bernard Shaw. The mind is a funny thing. You can watch how it is always trying to make the right choices which lead to a better life. It wants you to acquire better material possessions, create more money, make you perpetually believe that you are not good enough as you are. The mind is overly invested in creating a better future and completely uninterested in the divinity and infinite universe that's already here now. If the mind was 100% devoted to divinity, it would have no purpose or cognitive plan to create anything in this world. It would just go with the flow. The mind is rooted in a deep need to control life. The mind is rooted in a deep need to control life. It wants to make sure everything goes according to its plan. It thinks it knows the way life always should be. This neediness to be in control of life is exactly what is creating the suffering inside of us, all of us. Once we realize that it does not matter so much what we decide, do, or say, as much as how intimately connected we feel to our spiritual nature inside each and every single one of us, then years and lifetimes of misguided suffering will instantly fade away. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you will die today. Unknown author. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. The only way to discover this place of freedom is to look deeper within. Go beyond the mind and our programming around what is right and wrong, and simply look at what is at the source of here and now. To go inside of oneself means to drop the outer world completely and discover that this universal love is abundantly within. This takes tremendous focus, courage, and determination to break free from the situations we believe are outside and inside of us all. These experiences seem as if they are the ones creating your suffering, whereas the truth is that we are totally responsible and have the power to decide what we want to feel at any given time. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go do that. Because what the world needs are people who have come alive. Harold Whitman. Make the decision to let go of your entrenched struggle with right and wrong, and simply use your energy to consciously choose to access this unlimited source of love inside you every day. Once you decide to remain open and curious and find what ultimately brings peace to your body and mind in each new moment, you will discover that this infinite divine interconnection is already here now. This is the greatest and most fulfilling exploration you can undertake during your lifetime. So try for the next 24 hours. I'll invite you to dive more deeply within yourselves than you ever have done before. I challenge you to set your worries aside. Think only positive thoughts and believe that the world is for you, not against you. It's for you, not against you. Decide to make each day an invitation to find a deeper source of peace within your innermost being. Commit to relaxing, being at ease, doing nothing but breathe for at least 15 minutes every day. You can release yourself from the prison of any worry, fear, or tension that you've created in your mind. This is your day to be gentle and loving with yourself in the most intimate and sensitive ways so that you can profoundly enjoy this amazing life. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, relax the bodies we are in. That's always the first step, naturally relaxing the body that you're in. And you kind of look at it from not inside, but outside, because we're not the body. So we can look at the body and know that where all these stresses, anxieties, fears, worries, anger, envy, hurry, where does all that come from? You, all of us. It comes from us, nothing from outside. We determine. So if we're in the path of worrying, stressing, fearing, then this life we're in is going to go by so fast, and we'll realize that we never enjoyed it because we were so consumed with stress, worry, and fear, or lack of, or not having. And what does that do, though? We're powerful beings. So when we do that, we create it. When you're happy, and you're joyous, just naturally. I mean, there's nothing that needs to be a catalyst that you're happy. It's just a feeling within, and you just feel happy. You don't have to have a reason for being happy. So it's all about, the body. When the body's heavy, and we know that, when your body's heavy. You know when you're carrying too much stress, fear, worry, anxiety. You can tell. It's like a 100,000-pound elephant standing right in front of you. It's right there. Once we can identify it and we let them go, you can set them all on the couch and address each one of them, right? Nice to meet you. I don't care to have you around anymore or ever again. So you figure out what it is that you keep dragging with you and keep creating more of through the ego mind. Now, when you begin to realize that that body serves you, you're the master of it. Isn't it funny that we, as a society, choose strangers to tell us what's wrong with our bodies? And then we take that, that information and it strokes the ego mind because the fact that someone told us what's wrong with us and what to tell us what to do about it. So when you know the body and you know the stress factors, We're like sponges or these super powerful magnets. Wherever it comes in. You can have total worry free until the ego mind starts kicking more in there. There's something else to worry about. Something comes along and you go, oh, now I'm going to deal with this, or what about this, or what? And we're attracting it. So the frequency has everything to do with relaxing the body. Now, when the body gets light and you've identified these things and you've made peace with them, you basically have surrendered them, then the body has a real lightness to it. And it's not thinking, it's not worrying, it's not stressing, it's not fearing, it's not in anger. None of that's there. None of it. So the body, almost like it's floating, and I use this a lot because I've done it many times where you get a hammock, you put it between two trees, you lay in the hammock and close your eyes, and you picture this and experience it, and you go into this, you leave the ego mind, you literally leave it alone. And all the noise and chatter of all of these thoughts floating by us, gone. They're not there. It's almost like you're in suspended animation, but you're awake and not asleep. But yet your eyes are closed and you feel like you're asleep, but you're not. You're basically in the zone, in the God place within the body. And you don't move. You just are. You're just being. And that's when all of this garbage just dumps off of us and we feel renewed. Yeah, have you ever taken a nap, right? Which is a good recommendation for anybody, no matter how old you are. So if you when you're tired, you gotten tired, of course, I think I'm going to go take a nap, so you go take a nap. And then when you wake up, might be only for an hour, and you wake up and you feel a lot better, regenerated, rejuvenated. That's what happens when you release all this stuff and the body floats. And you're in that hammock and you're just in bliss. That's what it is. It's bliss. You're no longer engaged in external authority. You're engaged with the God that you are. And that is where all of our natural state of being is, in the God that we are. So when the body is relaxed, we are in the now, because we're focused on our breath. The breath is so overlooked. It's just really, a lot of people will breathe, but they shallow breathe. Some people forget to breathe. And our breath is absolutely omnipotently powerful because it sustains the body that houses the kingdom of God. But the interesting thing is that the soul or the God that enters the body powers the body. So it powers the body up, and then the lungs begin to operate, and then the lungs put the oxygen and oxygenate the body. So you look at the body and you notice that there's these energy vortexes, chakras. Some people say there's more, there's less. We'll just go with the 7. And they're all different colored lights, and they go from the coccyx or the tailbone all the way to the top of the head. And we're like a virtual fountain. We're an unending energy, all of us are. Never depletes, never drains, never goes anywhere, because we are it. So why are these energy points, chakras in our bodies? What are they for? A lot of people say, what are they for? I don't see them. When I look in the mirror, I don't see these glowing balls of light in my body. Well, they're etheric, they're spiritual plane, they're not of this physical plane. So we, the gods, travel through them. And it gives us the opportunity to flow through everything in this body. Everything. Every single piece, part, tissue of these biological life forms, above and below, inside and out, head to toe. So you start to realize that these were designed for us to master and keep the body healthy. All of our emotions, everything. The God that you are, you know it finitely. It's just somewhere along the line, we became, well, let's say temporary amnesia, where we forgot who we were. And then, of course, we were seduced into the material physical world. And here we are today, in the now. So the now is all that we have. You know why? How do you know 5 seconds from now you will be? You don't. None of us do. We don't know. There's no when. There's no if. That's why we go with the flow. So flowing through the body is how we master it. Once we're consciously aware to a certain extent that we can do that, because we do it 24/7 nonstop. We are flowing through this body. Unfortunately, through the ego mind, we're manipulated and not really to think about it. To go over there with the ego mind and do something else. Don't get distracted about your spirituality, about who and what you are. You don't need to. Just keep following us, the ego mind. You'll be fine. And we know that that's not the case. So we know that the soul, right, the God, the pure consciousness, enters this body, and the soul is heaven, and the body is earth. So we're literally heaven on earth. So that's the case. That means that every step we take, we're creating paradise. Not only that we're shining our light 360 degrees, 24/7. And what is the light? It is the God, force, love, light, energy within each and every one of us. It is the God. It is pure consciousness. It is all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. So you literally, and you will be able to do this, you'll go out in outer space, you'll look at this planet from afar, and you'll see that it glows. And you'll see that it's so brilliant of light that with 8 billion gods, even though some are asleep, that there's nothing in the universe to come close to it. Nothing. Now, we know that there are pieces of ourselves that are really asleep. I mean, gone, bye-bye, sleepy bag, long, long sleep. You know, bucket of ice water, couple taps on the cheek, slaps on the cheek, won't wake them. They're with us because they're part of us. But they can't participate in this meditation because they aren't consciously aware. And that's not just our civilization. There'll be many others. So the pieces, the parts that are consciously aware, obviously, those are the parts that we want in this meditation. So that's all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. That includes the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, That includes the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Also includes all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All the galactics, all the off-worlders and celestials, all of our loved ones, all those who have sent out a body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All those light energy beings who come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, and configurations of which we do not see because of the eyes we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. And the familiarity that we may have is with the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. Now, the archangels, their civilization have vibrated at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But they are there. We interact with them. We talk with them. We carry on conversations with them. And once in a while, we marry them. And we don't really, when we interact with them, we don't pick it up when we're interacting with them, usually. We usually pick it up after we've interacted. And it just dawns on us through our heart mind, reminds us, it says, that was an angel. And they can surround any one of us at any one time in tens of thousands in number because of their vibrational frequency. They can have a large number in a small area. And, you know, they have the same message. They keep sending it to all of us, generation after generation, century after century, millennium after millennium. And they do it in different ways, many different ways. But it all boils down to one. Isn't it magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? And that is pure bliss. The Ascended Masters, they have mastered physical form, ascending into physical form and out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness God form. We have ascended into physical form to master physical form and creating our experiences to perfect our creations. And we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Feel that in heart, mind, that expansion, that intensity. Now, we immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God force, love, light energy within each and every one of us, the God, the pure consciousness. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns just to even come close to its brightness. And we're flooding this planet 24/7 with this God force, love, light energy. saturating, bathing, soaking all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Head to toe, inside and out. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. And it's reflecting everywhere. And it is super intense because it's like trillions of laser lights flashing back and forth everywhere. And through our curiosity, we look at the reflective points, and we discover that they're little microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors. So we go into those mirrors, and we discover that we all of us, are either teaching, learning, or teaching, or both, with each other. This is spectacular because you could be 100,000 light years away in a different planetary system. Doesn't make any difference. And this is through eternity. So, you come to someone's life, instead of judging them on their surface, you say to yourself, I wonder what they're teaching me and what I'm teaching them and what we're learning from each other. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor. It emanates from the God Force love light energy within each and every single one of us. It is impenetrable. It has always been there. No demon possession, no attachments, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, nothing. And it is an armor way beyond your comprehension of anything on this planet. So we're always protected. Yet, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hate, anger, greed, envy, manipulation, dishonesty, fear, hurried, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in, and you open up yourself to attachments and a lot of lower dark matter, survival matter frequency instances. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light, right together. The first one is the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light we created to remind us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then immediately the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created to remind ourselves that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring the harmony in our vibrational frequency of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, peace. And then we're met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are starry lit night skies. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the soils, the trees, the forests. Everything. The gods within these bodies are everything. Everything is us. Rain, the rainbows, the skies, and the clouds. So the next time you view a sunrise or sunset, an ocean front, starlit night sky, a rainbow, it is you. It is the God within you. You're the majesty. You're the divine perfection. You're the happiness, the bliss, the spectacularness, the magna glorious. It's you. It's all of us, gods. Always has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We continue to ascend above the planet, and some of us step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it, if we're carrying physical form. Why do we do that? Because we can. We come into immediate contact with this massive crystalline light tower that we created that's larger than the solar system. In the center of the column is this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this golden white bowl of light. It is surrounded by numerous ribbons of multicolored light. And they all appear to be sending this massive wave of very high vibrational frequencies. And the first one, the golden white ball of light, is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest eternal love. Then gratitude, then peace, then gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, great prosperity, great abundance, great wealth. We discover that these waves, these misty waves of electrified particles that penetrate us, merge with us, are the reflection of the gods of every one of us. At the top of this crystalline light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, 24/7, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. And it's flooding us, saturating us, soaking us 24/7 with this pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. All of this, and we discovered that it is a reflection of the gods that we are. Now, we are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at Set Center Circle. We created this sphere well over 3.5 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion, almost 1,600 of them. Every day, 7 days a week, without fail. These meditations are flooding this planet. They're flooding the civilization. They're saturating every sacred square inch. And this is all in the googolplexus. This gathering and these meditations, on and off world, one googolplex fills this entire universe with not even one sacred square inch of space. And they come in trillions of googolplexes. And that's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand. It is all of our choices to go within and stay within. It's to get acclimated to our natural state of being, which has been a long, long, long time since we were there. So it's all about us, it's all about you, about what you choose to do. Do you choose to continually immerse yourself in the ego mind and live in the material physical world externally and follow external authority? Or do you decide for yourself that you will make that step and go within? And you do that just by sitting still, doing nothing. And it's feeling it through the heart mind and not being tricked by the ego mind, making you think that it's coming from the heart mind. In actuality, it's coming from the ego mind that dictates to the heart mind. That's what goes on with a lot of us. And the heart mind is super powerful, much more powerful than the ego mind. Feel what you are. Feel who you are. Because you're beginning to know more and more intimately so you are not that body. That body holds you. You master that body. You master this life. You create the life that you desire to live. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. I'll join you in meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Peace is not to be practiced. It is a byproduct of awareness. Love is not to be practiced. It is a byproduct of awareness. Righteousness is not to be practiced. It is a byproduct of awareness. Awareness is the remedy for all ills, because awareness makes you healthy, whole, and of course, holy. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and we will return here tomorrow, September 13th, 2021, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.